Hi, I'm Marge Murphy, President and Founder of Acadia Lead Management Services, and welcome to Marge TV. For those of you who have been watching Marge TV, you know this is all about the world of B2B, and we have a little fun talking about it. Today I have with me Wes Gipe, and Wes is a business advisor at Aileron, which is a wonderful facility that we have available to us in the Dayton area. And Wes, tell us a little bit about what you do as a business advisor at Aileron.
So my role as a business advisor is to work with clients to identify and clarify the things that are holding them back, both professionally and personally.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a
because, you know, personal and professional, it's all the same thing. You don't walk in home and you're a different person overnight. I mean, what you are at work and what you are in your personal life is very intertwined. So it's
kind of one deal. You know, we tend this notion of work-life balance for an entrepreneur is kind of a silly notion, right?
It is, yeah. You can't put on one suit and then put on the other suit. It doesn't work. So based on your experience working with small businesses, what would you say is the best thing a small business can do from the perspective of marketing?
Sure. So you know, something that I see time and time again is that we make the mistake of starting with our own capabilities and the things that we're most interested in, and building out toward the customer from there. And you know, unfortunately, what that results in is tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars put into products that are technically perfect and that no one will buy. And so what we really encourage people to do is start with the end in mind. Know your customer. Above all things, know your customer. What will they willingly and gleefully part with their hard-earned money in order to buy and feel good about it? And so that requires starting with the customer and their needs, their wants, their desires, and truly understanding them, and then building the organization back from there. There are a couple of tools that are actually freely available to help people to think through this. One is the value proposition canvas by a company called Strategizer. You can check it out online. Just Google it. Also, and that feeds into the business model canvas. So if you start with the customer in mind, basically the theory is understand truly what their needs are, what drives their business, what relieves their pain, what creates gains for them in particular. Then you can build a product line that supports those pains, either relieves the pain or enhances the gain that people are looking for. And then based on that, then you can build the business, its structure, its entire structure. And when I say structure, I don't necessarily mean org structure, but more the structure of the entire business, its value proposition, everything, around that product line. So many times we start with what we have because we're entrepreneurs,
right?
And we become a business because we were really good technically, most of us, at doing something. And then all of a sudden we end up with this business, and that's the only thing we know to do is go back to what we used to do. So my challenge is start with that end in mind. Start with that customer and their desires, their needs, and their wants. And my experience has been that the organizations that do that have no shortage of sales. Yeah,
absolutely. But it is a bit of a paradigm shift.
It is.
Really have to think differently, and that really makes a big difference in the growth of your organization.
It does. And so, you know, I think also kind of closely related to that, we get stuck in our own story. We tend to get stuck in our own story, what we believe is possible. We have limiting beliefs, a lot of limiting beliefs around what we can and can't do as entrepreneurs. Or particularly I see this in multi-generational companies, because grandpa or dad started this 30 years ago, 50 years ago. I was working with somebody today 114 years ago.
Wow.
And so we have to stay true to what great-grandpa founded, right? And so there are all these rules sometimes that we make up about what we can and can't do that are sometimes informed by decisions that were made, in this case, 114 years ago.
Right, and clearly companies evolve and technology has evolved and the world has evolved and things do have to change, but at the same time people want to keep that feeling for the history and the legacy of their organizations.
Yeah, and what we find is in every case that I've encountered, there's a way to do both.
Yes.
Right? So there's a way to honor Grandpa in that effort, that heroic effort that it took to get a business off the ground in the era of the Great Depression, for example, some of those folks in general, in particular. And there's a way to honor that hard work and the pride of workmanship, perhaps, that generation exhibited and what became kind of the founding principles of the business, but yet moved the business on into more relevance.
Well, Wes, thanks so much for joining us today, and I do have to give a shout out to Aileron. Just hearing Wes today and his experience and understanding as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, and as a business advisor, Aileron is a wonderful resource, not only for people here in the Dayton area, but also people nationwide, and I think even people from across the globe come to visit Aileron for your experience and expertise. So any business owner who is looking for help, looking for guidance and great business advisors, please check out aileron.org on the web, and you'll find a plethora of information. So Wes, thanks again for sharing your time with us today. I wish you all a wonderful day, and tune into the next Marge TV. Thanks again.